Hello guys, welcome back and probably you guys are doing fine. So today we will discuss on a topic which is based on maximum length of even and odd subarray. That means if we have some array and for an example, suppose we have taken an array 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, 0. Now here we are being asked like what is going to the maximum length of the sub array when even and odd that repeats itself. So 5, this is an odd number, 3, this is also an odd number, so this subarray doesn't work, right? But 3, after 3 there is 2, yeah, so we will get a count over here. But 2, after 2, I mean 4 comes, so you don't get any count, which is because this is even 2. 4 and 1, there is one count, that is something like that. And suppose after 1, if I think like we have 0, so we will get a count over here, so that is going to be the result. This is going to be our subarray, right? Now the question is, suppose how should we make this problem more efficient and time complexity comes under on. Now as we have seen last time when we were calculating the maximum summation of subarray, we used cadence algorithm, and that algorithm always becomes very efficient for this type of approaches. We will understand that algorithm more closely to solve this type of problem, and with this problem we will understand it more easily. So in the case of cadence algorithm, we have seen that we always start with the second element. So whenever we start our loop, we have seen earlier also that index starts from 1 and it iterates up to n, and the first elements information we have stored into one local variable and one another global index, or local index or global index. Global index is indicating the final result after iterating every elements, and local index actually indicates whether we should stay with that subarray or we need to create a new subarray or not. So the second point talks about that thing, that for every element we will go for a judgment, we will go for a study, that we will either stay and extend with the subarray we are working on with, or we can start a new beginning, a fresh beginning, start a fresh subarray. So this is another important thing which cadence algorithm does, and this is being done very tactically. So in our problem, in this problem, how that exactly will work, we will see that very easily. For example, say I am taking one new array like 5, 10, 26, 3, 8. Suppose this is our array, we will go with a dry run, but before that we will understand like what that algorithm says, and then we will write code. So as we have seen earlier also, there is two counter or two indexes. One is result, another is the current. Current is always responsible whether to justify our second point. Second point says like whether we will stay with this either stay with the subarray, or we will create a new subarray. So that is being determined by current index, and the result is overall responsible for giving the information we are looking for. Here we are looking for the number of length, or the length of that subarray which satisfies these problems. So what happened, we start a loop from second element and we go up to nth element, right? And we check here in this problem, we check the alternating is true or not. That means every element, or the current element, is it satisfying the alternating behavior, even odd alternating behavior? If it is satisfying the even odd alternating behavior, that means we have to include this information with our existing subarray stuff. So that's why we are catering this, and we are incrementing the current pointer or current index, right? And we are ensuring that we are actually what, extending our subarray. And then why these things are done? Because overall result is an index, as we have mentioned, which is responsible for giving us the final result. So result will determine that whatever the current index is having information, is that the maximum or is it not the maximum? Should I take something different? So result has even previously having some value of itself. So he compares its own previous value with the current index value, right? And get the maximum one and store it into him. So this is going to be an updated result for any index information, right? And this is all these are happening when we are extending our extending our subarray, right? But if it is not matching this behavior, what that behavior is, it was alternating itself. So if it is not matching with this behavior, then what happened? Then we will start a new beginning, a fresh beginning. That means we will reset our current value, and we don't need to do that because we have already resetted our current value, the current one, and we can end this loop. So in this way actually Kadane's philosophy goes, and we return that result. Let's see the code. As far as this, I can write the code even here only, because this is a very simple code. Suppose we have a function and we are going to define first of all integer res is equal to 1, as we have mentioned, and integer suppose we are written in Java, integer current is equal to 1, right? So now we will start a for loop, and for loop will start like int I is equal to 2 and I less than n I plus plus. So this for loop starts. This is going to iterate the array, right? So suppose this for loop goes over here, and we will check our condition. The condition is what? So if we have something called AI, right? AI, so AI should be even, it could be even. And when we are talking about alternativeness, at the same time what will happen, the next one, that means AI, the previous one, AI minus 1, I'm extremely sorry, it should not be divisible by 2, right? So it should be not equals to 0, because it is not divisible by 2. So if this is one condition, if you say this is one condition, the reverse condition is also possible. So either this condition is true, or there might be another condition that your ith element is an odd one, right? So 2 not equal to 0, right? 2 not equal to 0, and at the same time what is going to happen? AI minus 1, right, ampersand 2, that is going to be 0, right? So that is closed. So this both condition 1 and condition 2 talks about that alternative behavior what we are talking about. And if it is true, then we will what do? We will extend our subarray. So car will be 1, and we will be doing result, we will be updating our result through maximum of result and car. Whichever is maximum, we will take that thing and store our result. Or else if it is not satisfying, that means we need to go with a fresh start. So current plus plus, right? So that's done. Sorry, not current plus plus. Why current plus plus? Current is equal to 1, because we are doing a fresh start, and your for loop gets ended over here. Now you are returning what? Your current value, your result value, right? So that is the final thing what you are doing in this function. And if you go with a dry run, so let's see, like for int I is equal to 1, that means at the very beginning what is going to happen, your result and current is going to be 1. Why 1? Because if you don't have any match, still you will have one even or odd element over here, and that count is going to be 1. In the next element, means the first element, when I becomes 10, right, your current value would be what? 2. Your current value would be 2. At I is equal to 1, your current value would be 2. Okay, and what is going to be your result, that is also be 2, right? Now in case of I is equal to 2, right, I is equal to 2, your current value would be what? Because you got 2, right? Previously 5 10 sorry, you got 20, that means it is going to be 1, because it is not satisfying, here it comes, and your result would be 2. In this way it will go. I is equal to 3, right? When you have 6 in your plate, you have 6 in your plate, right? So that means current value is going to be 1, right? Okay, and your result I is equal to 4. If okay, here some space complexity comes. I is equal to 4, what is going to be value? 3, right? When it is 3, try to understand, when it is 3, then that means it is your current value would be I is equal to 4, your current value would be 2, because it comes after 6, so current value would be 2. I is equal to 5, I is equal to 5, what is your value? Your value is 8, which is even, so your current value would be 3, and in this case your result would be also 3. So what is going to be the answer? 3. Thank you so much. If you have any comment, please write in the comment section.